Hi, my name's George Glew. Thank you to Guitar Magazine for having me to speak about a guitar that means a lot to me, this guitar. I'm going to tell you about the origins of it, all that kind of thing. Yeah, it's an American Deluxe Strat from 2009. Obviously a Stratocaster, you can tell. Nothing special there. So the origins of this, when I was about 17 maybe, I was getting deep into John Mayer. I was a big fan of Biffy Clyro, so they both play Strats, you know, John Mayer and Simon Neil both play Strats, and I wanted something that could do both of those things, you know, that could, you know, play those really heavy riffs and do the blues thing and do really beautiful cleans and all that kind of thing. And, you know, such a versatile guitar. At the time I had a Gibson SG, and it was around about the time where those Facebook groups were coming up, and it was like buy, swap and sell guitars, and luckily enough I found someone that would swap that Gibson SG straight for this Strat, yeah, it was great. It had the original neck on it. There's a story behind the neck I'll get to, but when I got the guitar, the scratch plate had been sprayed white, and they'd done a bit of handiwork on it, so, you know, it wasn't in great shape, but I was willing to take it. But I'll tell you a bit about the features of this, you know, or the original features that are still there. It's got the Samarium Cobalt noiseless pickups in this. They're really great, they sound amazing, and they are truly noiseless, which is really helpful. It's got an S1 switch, which sounds great, so it runs things in parallel and out of phase and all that, different pickup positions, you know, gives you different tones, but it sounds great. You can get really focused, kind of, if you're driving it, you can get really focused sounds when you hit that button. It really leans into it and it sounds great. What else? It's got locking tuners, which is really useful. It means you can tune, you know, restring this guitar in next to no time, and it's very, yeah, that's such a saviour. I would have it on all my guitars if I could, I think. It's also got a little cutaway there, so when you're playing the really high notes, you can reach them. Not that I'm playing up there all the time, but you can really easily get there, you know. So that's useful for anyone that's absolutely shredding. Yeah, so that's kind of, you know, that's kind of the build of the guitar. Classic Strat sound, really. You obviously got so much more options with the S1 switch. Anyway, onto the story of how the neck ended up, you know, getting replaced, I guess. So when I was playing a gig one night and I had to take multiple guitars with me, so this guitar, for the one and only time, went into a soft case, and on the way back after playing the gig, I was on a bus, and the bus driver just slammed on the brakes. The guitar went flying down the aisle, and I knew it was broken from then. He slammed on the brakes for a badger of all things, you know. Not that he shouldn't have, he should have. It just seems like a random animal. And I knew when it was on the floor that it was completely broken, you know, and I opened up the case, and it was absolutely torn apart, you know, being completely, like, I don't know, it looked like it just been ripped out of there, you know. So that was extremely sad, and you know, the last time I ever took anything out in a soft case, to be honest. Yeah, and then I got another Strat in the meantime. It was kind of, it seemed like it was completely unfixable, and a couple of years later, my mum, God bless her, went and got this neck fitted on it for me, and yeah, it's been this way ever since. It has its quirks. It's still not fully fitted in there. Well, it is fully fitted in there. It's just not, you know, it's not bang on. It's just still a bit wonky. It's got its quirks, but I've used this guitar in so many things, still use it, you know, and yeah, it's been great to me, and it's got a relatively interesting story about it breaking in half. So yeah, that's my American Deluxe Strat. Thank you to Guitar Magazine for having me, and yeah, cheers.